Hi guys, it's me Andrea and I'm here today with alcohol ink on Yupo paper. You see me here using the Yupo paper I got from Ranger, and this very heavy card it is white, and they have two, this white and this see-through, it's thinner, so I prefer that for card making and stuff, and even ATCs I've done that. So I'm just plain, you know, this is something I wanted to try something, not what you see now. It's just getting alcohol ink on the Yupo. You will see it later. You might cry when you see it, but that was the whole purpose of this, is trying different stuff here, getting a bit of ink down. And I use different things to find out how can I get very tiny drops onto the page. That's always the problem when you have the little bottles. To get a tiny drop out is really difficult, and I tried different things, as you will see, but it's really difficult. So I leave this in that you can see how these circles change. Only two circles really stay as circles. Two of them are getting wonky, very wonky, and you can see that it's not sped up a lot. You could see that much better if I speed it up higher, but in this case I would show you the whole process, how to work with alcohol ink and Yupo and what does it with it, and that's why I leave the first bit in quite slow, only twice as quick. So here on top I try to get a bit of a cloudy look with this light blue, and again drops, try to get smaller drops, but somehow it doesn't work, and I'm trying this cotton buds, this cosmetic cotton buds. It doesn't work. You get, of course, a tiny bit on the Yupo, but it really doesn't work. Now I'm trying to get this toothpick into the bottle that the drops are not that big coming out. It's okay, but it's at the end of the day you're not really getting I didn't get the result I wanted. So, and at the end, what I found out is when you want to have really small drops, you can use brush, actually, very fine brush. That works. You will see that later. So, using my syringe with alcohol, this blending solution in it, and I use my normal alcohol as well, that's my Moroccan alcohol. So in here I try to get some shapes down with my cotton buds again, flower shapes, and that works quite well actually. I really like that. But as I said, it is nothing I wanted to create with. I just wanted to have alcohol inks on Yupo paper to do with it what I do later on. Okay, bit of green again into the blue. I like that, this combination, blue and greens with the alcohol inks on Yupo, really do. Again, with alcohol in my syringe. Oh, and this melon with the green, oh, that looks absolutely pretty. I need to do that later with something. So, and trying again with a bit of cotton buds, but yeah. Okay, alcohol, tiny. That's very much controllable in the syringe with the alcohol. So that's why here I use my brush and black. Wanted to have a contrast in here with something dark, and that works. I have the black ink on my palette here next to me. It dries quick, but you can always activate it again with a few spritzer of alcohol from a pump bottle, and that works great. So now I'm doing what I actually wanted to do. So it's this felt pad using the alcohol solution, this blending solution, and yep, I destroy everything I go over it, and I always wanted to do that. Yeah, destroy it. No. Um, that's actually I was after. I wanted to try that, and I wanted to see how it reacts. Of course, I have complementary colors on there. It would get a lot of brown, but luckily I have mostly green on here. So I mix it up completely, and that's a good thing with Yupo. You alcohol ink or whatever you do on Yupo, if it's alcohol in watercolor acrylics, it's not the final result. You can always change it, and that's so fantastic. That's why I like with Yupo. Nothing is for granted. You can always change it again. And here I always use only the alcohol on the pad. And when you dab it very, very lightly, like I did here at the moment, you get these nice little cells. I love them. They're looking so fantastic. And then I changed to a round felt. That's actually felt I cut up from craft felt. I thought it was a good idea, cheaper than the things you can buy from Ranger. But I can tell you, there are fuzzing. You have all this fluff in there. It is awful. You can see on the right down there, this darker one. That's all fluff, all fluff. Oh, I hate that. So I will never do that again. It was a try. I thought I was clever, but I wasn't. Okay, so I put that on the round, pressed it in, turned it a bit, and have now this nice round circles. And you can see the alcohol is, or not the alcohol, the ink is pushed back onto the edges, and you get this darker edging. And this is a cotton bud again with alcohol, and I wanted to get some light highlights here and remove even more ink on areas, controlled areas. That's a good thing. And more. I wanted to have more. It's quite good there already, but here I wanted to work out even more highlights. And that works fantastically. As I said before, you can see you can remove everything, I'm working here with my black alcohol ink. Again, it was already dry, of course, and spritz it with some alcohol of my bottle here, and you can use it again. That's a good thing. Even if it's dry on your palette, it's not wasted. Okay, so I go around the edges here. I wanted to define my bubbles. At this point, I wasn't exactly sure what I want. I had an idea, but at the end of the day, it didn't go exactly where I wanted. It's always this thing. You see something in it, and you think, "Oh no, go for that one." It's always the same with me. So, but still, I'm working here on the highlights, and you will see there is next to this 5 bubbles here or circles on the right. This bigger areas. I will remove them. I want to get this small cells there as well. But first, I work out the circles. And this is still with my black alcohol ink and with a very, very fine brush. It's actually not, it's a Miller brush, but hardly any hairs left on it. And sometimes I do that by purpose. I use old ones. They are not nice anymore, and I cut as many hairs out as possible, that I only have 1, 2, or 3 hairs left, and for really, really tiny works, and that's one of them, I think. So, and as I said before, I wanted to get rid of this bigger shapes there and try to get little cells. Still using only alcohol. I should have put a tiny bit of green alcohol ink to cover that, but that's okay. Now I should have done that. So, and to balance it out, I use this circle making again. So on the left in the corner. So in here you couldn't see that actually. It's a plastic sheet I use. I do that quite often when I don't know if something would look good on a page or so. I use a plastic sheet and draw on it, and I'm not ruining the piece. It's quite a good idea. I always do that when I'm not sure if that looks right on that spot. You can even try when you want to have a focal point, put it on the plastic sheet, and then yeah, you can try it out. So I remove it here. You can see it. Yeah. So now I go on with my pencil. I'm not pushing very hard, very carefully. Otherwise, you would scratch the alcohol ink off, and you can't really erase on that. Okay, from now on, the only thing I use is acrylic paint, because I didn't want to do that with alcohol ink. Wasn't sure about how that would react. But as you can see now, the title, what that means. To me, it looked like a frog, but it had this, or it has this huge feet, and when I already drawn it with a pencil, but you can hardly see it. You will see why the title is Dedlefrog. Don't know if the Dedel mouse was a big thing in the US, and here it was a disaster. Was it 80s or 90s? I can't remember. It was awful. You couldn't buy something without a bloody Dedel mouse on it. I never liked it. But the feet of the frog, they look like a Dedel mouse feet, and they're like Dedel mouse feet. That's why I call it Dedlefrog. Okay, I put some of my olive acrylic paint on, and I remove something in the middle here just with a dry brush, and you can remove it simply to get some highlights. You don't have to put whites on, just remove some of the paint. My little boy is barking in the background. I have to close the door. Okay, so you could see I removed a bit of ink down there with a cotton bud again and alcohol, and a bit more of the olive green to make it a bit darker. He's still barking, and I guess you can still hear him. Yeah. Okay, so the little hand here, and I can't draw. I'm having a problem with hands, but this frog with normal hands would look stupid, so that's why it's more, yeah, a whimsical hand. That looks far better. White acrylic paint here, and of course for the reflection in the eyes, and of course it needs a left arm, but it's hiding the hand behind the back. That's a good thing, Frog. You are doing well. Okay, so tiny bit of shading here and there. I'm not doing really a lot, using the green and with a bit of white. Okay, the string for the balloons. Yeah, it's not balloons. What it reminded me of was this spawn from the frogs. This is where the tadpoles come out, and the whole bubbles, they look like that. That's what was on my mind. So this is actually what I meant. Now it looks like diddle feet. Okay, I really thought a long time and hard about should I put some white acrylic paint into the eyes, but yeah, I did. As you can see, I couldn't resist. I really couldn't resist. I should have left it alone, but it's okay. It didn't ruin it, or it's not looking bad, but it would have been okay without, but yeah, it's okay. I had to go over twice because on Yupo, when you're working on Yupo with acrylic paint, you can see all the strokes, and I didn't want that, so I went over it with a second layer. And again, tiny bit of shading here with my olive green, and only a bit here and there where I definitely wanted to have more shadings under the eyes, that the eyes are coming out much more dimensional, and of course under his feet and around his balloons. He's carrying his spawn with him. Oh, come on, babies. Okay, and of course I had to go over all the lines, the back lines I ruined with my acrylic paint, and that's actually it. It's only a bit of edging, and I do that with my big brush pit pen in black, and that's it. And then you will see the close up. I really had so much fun, and I hope you like it. I don't know if that would be the right thing or was the right thing for you to watch. It if you have the same satisfaction or fun out of that, but it is something I thought you might learn different thing about alcohol inks and how it behaves on Yupo. And I thank you a lot for watching, guys, and I hope I will see you soon with my next video. If you had fun and you like it, please give me a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. And leave a comment. Tell me something about your experiences with Yupo and alcohol ink. And that's it. Have a fantastic time, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.